Hello, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be talking about movies and books. So first, look at these movie and book characters. What do they have in common? That's right, all of them die during their movies. Okay, now I want you to please make your own top 5 characters you wish hadn't died in their movie or in their book. Why are they so important for you? Please pause the video while you work on this. Okay, we're going to share this in class. Now let's continue. Please go to your student book, page 12. Here I want you to read the text and choose the person you identify with the most. Please pause the video while you work on this. Okay, remember to have your notes ready so that we can share it in class. Now, let's read these sentences. Which of them sounds better? Why? Let's do the first one together. I would love to write like her, but I will never be able to. I would love to write like her, but I'll never be able to write like her. Which one sounds better? The first one, right? Okay, pause the video while you work on the rest, please. Okay, great. Now let's go ahead and check. Number 2, I've read every book she's written. I hope she writes a new one soon. 3, we had to read his plays. Well, we were supposed to. 4, interestingly enough, it's actually a poem. It's one I learned by heart. 5, we used to love reading poems. I still like to actually. 6, I don't read a lot of books, but the ones I like tend to be. Okay, great. Now, I want you to please read the sentences again. What is two replacing? What are one and one's replacing? Please pause the video while you choose. Okay, guys, so if you notice, today we're also talking about how to avoid repetition. And the first one, for example, says, I would love to write like her, but I will never be able to write like her. That's the phrase I am replacing, right? The second one, read every book she's written. I hope she writes a new one soon. One is replacing book. We had to read his plays. Well, we were supposed to read his plays. Excellent. Interestingly enough, it's actually a poem. It is one I learned by heart. What is what I learned by heart? A poem. Great. We used to love reading poems. I still like to actually. Two is replacing reading poems. I don't read a lot of books, but the ones I like tend to be. Once is replacing books. Okay, so it's very important, guys, that you notice here that one and ones replace nouns. One replaces singular nouns and ones replaces plural nouns. And two, we use it when we have an infinitive phrase. Would love to, had to, used to. Okay, great. Now, what happens if the infinitive phrase is negative? Please read these two sentences and compare them. Okay, so if you notice, what we do is we write not to and we eliminate the rest, right? So I try not to read trashy novels. So here is just very important that you use this order, not to. Okay, guys, now I have here three sentences. Are they correct? Please pause the video while you decide if they are correct or not. And if you need to, please correct them. Okay, now let's go ahead and check. I love to watch romantic movies, but my boyfriend prefers to not watch them. Here, we're going to eliminate all of this and we actually need to change the order and say not to. Watch them. I mean, it's very obvious because I was just speaking about romantic movies. I don't need to say that anymore. Then, out of the Twilight books, New Moon is the ones I like the most. Here, my error is once because New Moon is only one book. I don't always like books that are turned into movies, but I really enjoyed Harry Potter movies once. Here, once is replacing movies, so I don't need to do it, right? I don't need to use that. Great, let's continue practicing. Now let's go to your workbook page number 4, exercise A. Read the conversations. Delete words or replace them with one or ones where possible to avoid repetition. Sometimes more than one answer is possible. Please pause the video while you work on this. Okay, now let's go ahead and check. Do you ever read plays? Yes, sometimes. The old Greek tragedies are the ones I like most. 2. Did you read To Kill a Mockingbird in English class? No. Our professor said we were supposed to. We eliminated all the rest, but then we didn't have time. 3. We're studying the poetry of Pablo Neruda in literature class. Have you read any of his poetry? Yeah, I love it. I memorized his poetry to recite in my poetry class once. Number 3, we didn't have to do anything. 4. Do you ever read gossip magazines? Well, I prefer not to. But sometimes, if I'm waiting at the doctor's office, I might look at one. Very good. Number 5. My English teacher writes novels. Her last two were published. Yes, I know her novels. I think her more recent one is much better than her first one. Yeah, I agree. Actually, she's working on a new one now. Excellent. Now, guys, please go to exercise B. Here is very similar. Read the conversation and delete the words that you don't need or replace them with one or ones, where possible to avoid repetition. Sometimes there might be more than one answer. Let's just do the first part together. I need something to read. Have you read anything good lately? Well, I've been reading a lot of crime novels lately. You can borrow one if you like. Do you want to borrow a crime novel? Here we can eliminate all of this part to borrow a crime novel, or we could actually say, do you want to borrow one? This is also an option. Okay, pause the video while you work on this, please. Okay, we're going to continue checking during our class, okay? I will see you then. Bye bye.